Welcome back to another episode of Coybilt and the cars that he's got going on at his shop. This one right here is Cameron's 1968 Lincoln, and you guys have done a bunch of work to this car. Give me a little bit of history. How did this start and come about, and take us over like what you've done to the car?
Long story short on the background of how we know Cameron. So Cameron has a buddy named Damian Chanella, has a 67 GTO that we've done a ton of work on. So they're friends. They go way back in the BMX crowd and all that. So check Cameron out. He's a really accomplished BMX rider. But basically, his grandfather bought this car sometime in the 70s. And this was his daily driver. He actually was, if you look at the front bumper, it's got a Rossmore sticker, which is a retirement community in Walnut Creek. And he drove this thing daily up until about 1980 when he passed. So anywho, the car went to his uncle's house and was stored in a garage from, I believe, somewhere in like the early 80s. I think it was driven a little bit by his uncle, but somewhere in about 88, 89, they stopped driving it. And it sat for basically 35 years. I got a call in 2023 and said, hey, I've got this 68 Lincoln. I'm expecting a full restoration project. And then he shows me photos, and it's been in a garage for all these years. So we still did go through the thing completely. I mean, we went from the engine, we'll start at the front, radiator, engine, transmission. The rear end, all we did was just reseal it. But we pulled the engine out, and that basically the bearings were down to copper, freeze plugs were starting to leak, just a host of things. So had the engine rebuilt. Transmission, same thing. It's a C6. It's got a 460 in it.
Let's check out the engine. Pop
Yeah.
the hood.
Radiator's stock radiator, but rebuilt.
So what did he want to accomplish with this car?
So just wanted a good cruiser, and thank God it had a 460 big block in it, because that's, to me, this was the first year, and just a better motor than the 462. Tell me what you guys think about that one, because I know there's gonna be some disagreeing folks out there, but it's got a 460 in it, like I said. Suspension and brakes were shot, so he wanted to airbag it anyway, so we tore all that stuff out and used a kit, I believe from Chopping Block, if I remember right, and bagged the car. The brakes on it are set from Bear Brakes, 14-inch, because let's be real, this car weighs like 5,000 pounds. So he's down in San Jose, and I wanted to make sure he could actually stop this car and not kill anyone. So
Yeah, this is a
massive.
big car, and so it's got air ride front and back. Obviously, it's all slammed on the ground. What are we working with for wheels and tires?
So this is Isotope. I think it's Isotope Motorsports, or if I remember right. It's a 20-inch version of the hubcap. It looks like a hubcap. It's an actual wheel. It's a 20-inch wheel that's based on the earlier Lincoln wheels, and it's got a white wall tire. That was out of Pacific Tire, I believe it was, out of Southern California. Definitely gives it that vintage Lincoln feel, but with a more modern tire and wheel package. And allows for the bigger brakes, which, is, like we said, is definitely needed.
So those are literally, the outside is just one piece, and that hubcap, though, it unbolts the center section to get to the lugs.
Precisely.
Yeah, that is. It looks perfect on this car.
So this is original paint, original interior, engine bays, original basically, except for just a rebuild on a motor and trans. It still has primer, the original red oxide primer on the floor pans underneath. I mean, we scored. We found the original build sheet underneath the back seat. I mean,
Did you really?
It's sort of a time capsule, and you just normally don't find them like this. Even when we had the window switches rebuilt, I remember I got a call from John Brewer at Brewer's Classics. He goes, "What's wrong with these things?" I'm like, "Well, they are old and sticky." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I've never seen window switches in this good a shape." So, I mean, this thing really escaped
So
going down a bad road.
So his grandpa, I mean, how many miles are on it?
Says, I think 48,000. I think it rolled over, so maybe 140.
You really think it rolled over?
It might have, I don't know, but because it's sort of weird, because when you see copper and bearings, I'm like, that's a little premature at 48,000 miles to have that, but we don't know.
And these are original seats.
Yes, it is. That's the original leather.
This is remarkable.
So even the back seat area, we did modify the trans tunnel a little bit for the rear end, and ended up modifying the seat frame. Can't really tell, but that's the original leather and all that. So we ended up raising up the armrest, actually, and the armrest framework in that back seat.
So you guys had to modify the rear floor.
Yeah. So this whole area had to be picked up because basically the tunnel actually is angled, sort of like a triangle now. It comes up for the rear axle.
Okay.
That way it can lay out. Otherwise, you're going to have a drive shaft on the floor. So these have got a very interesting arrangement for a drive shaft joint. It's not everyone knows about. These are called double carded joints, if I remember right, and it's a double U joint, front and rear.
Yeah, you don't find them like this anymore.
No, this is pretty cool.
And to be a family heirloom.
Yeah. I think my favorite part was the Rossmore sticker on the front, though. That made me definitely get a good laugh.
Wow. And all the wood and everything on the dash, all that is
Yeah.
steering wheel, everything's all factory.
That's all factory original.
Wow, so he definitely kept this inside a garage. And
Which is just wild. His uncle was into, I believe, 30s Packards, so they've always been into big cars.
so what else is slated to have done to this car before it goes back to Cameron?
Basically, just make sure the airbags are on point with some of the level sensors, make sure the e-brake works properly, drive it, make sure everything else is adjusted as it should be, maybe replace the headlights and send her on down the road. Let him go drive it.
Has he drove it yet?
No, he's not. So he's very excited to get it back. We're very excited to get it to him.
I would be dying to drive this thing this summer.
I was actually on vacation when I got the phone call on this, and usually I don't pick up the phone when I'm, if I was over on the Big Island and got a call about this, and I couldn't wait to get home to work on this actually. Because I just don't get stuff that's, I mean, we do, but not something that's this original and well preserved. Super cool deal.
Yeah, this is a nice car. So, any other like special things about this car that you found while you were working on it, or any other mentionables that you would like to include?
I mean, the build sheet was pretty cool finding that. I'll pop the trunk real quick. The first day we laid it out, I don't know, it was sort of a, I wouldn't say, I don't know, it was an exciting moment.
How tall was this thing when it first came in?
I mean, it's hard to really remember exactly, but it's set decently high. So all those panels were built. There's dual batteries. You got the fuses right here on the right-hand side. You've got twin vire compressors, AccuAir management, and then there's a tank behind it.
So is all this stuff, did you build it, or
We built
comes as
we built the stuff in-house, all the bracketry and everything for it.
That's clean. Yeah, that looks really good. Are you a fan of air ride?
Yes and no. Depends on what it is. On this, definitely. You gotta have it.
Yeah, this is definitely an air ride car.
Muscle cars, a little different story, but
Yeah, this is definitely an air ride car. Between just, I mean, when it sits like this, it's just a statement. Definitely a statement.
definitely. I mean, the whole car is a statement. And it's almost like Lincoln. I don't know what all the designers at Lincoln and even Cadillac back in the day were thinking, but the wheel wells were super high. It's almost like they were planning on these cars being laid out.
It's sometimes crazy how you find some of that stuff that just caters to what we do to these cars these days. Some
Yeah.
cars are like easier to do things just because they work better, like the wheel well situation on this one, and then others just completely fight you.
Yeah, you go back to the mini truck era, and I watched my brother and his buddies, cutting toe boards out and everything they could to try to get 20s to lay out on one of those things. And these things, you just bag them and you're done. Now, mind you, all the underside of this, I wish we had some shots on the underside. All the airlines are stainless hard lines. I wanted it to be more of an OE approach. Then it goes to an AN style hose and fitting into the airbag. Just my preference versus push locks.
Did you guys do anything to the underside of the car? Like, was it in great shape, or what did you have to do to
All we
it?
did was pressure wash it. It was amazing shape. I mean, usually we're doing complete rotisserie restorations or redos, but in this case, the floor pan still had the original factory primer. I mean, it's still got the black oxide primer, which is a total shock.
Wow. This is a killer family heirloom to have. This is insane.
Yeah. I mean, if you get left a Lincoln, that's super badass, or you get left a muscle car, you're winning life.
And that's if you just get left one of those, but then to have one left to you in a condition like this,
Yeah.
this is outstanding.
So all the exhaust on it's all it's 2.5 inch stainless, 304 purged and tigged. The factory exhaust in these cars is rather tiny and has very little room to be laid out like this. And even with this, it was really a chore to get it in there.
So, I mean, talk to me about that. How much work was it to get this car to this state? I know, obviously, this car was in great condition in many cases, you know, in the areas, but like you guys pulled the engine out. I mean, you guys got the suspension done, you know, cleaning up the underside. I mean, how much work it was involved in all that?
A lot. Just getting this thing to cooperate was a chore. I mean, you had a lot of, you got these hard lines that go into a soft line that are crimped for the power steering. And the power steering pumps in the front of the crank on these things. They can be problematic. The other thing that's wild to me, I've never seen this, but Lincoln, their windshield wipers actually are powered by hydraulic power steering pump. So it's a hydraulic system. That's where these fittings are right here. So when we were bleeding, the power steering windshield wipers are going back and forth. It sort of threw me for a loop at first. But there's a lot of time in this thing, cleaning it up, running power leads, putting the batteries in the rear, twin batteries, making hard lines for the transmission cooler lines, getting the radiator rebuilt. Some of the stuff, it was not just a drop in, plug and play deal on a lot of stuff. A lot of things fought us in this car, but overall, I'm pleased with the outcome.
But here you are. Just about ready to give Cameron back the keys and the car.
Yep, just in time for summer to go cruising.
This is gonna be great.
The only thing we didn't touch was the air conditioning system, because that's a whole other can of worms right there.
So is that maybe next on the list?
That, or there's going to be a specialist of Lincolns that probably touches that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't dove real far into these. The GM systems I have, but I don't know what the parts availability is on these.
Okay.
I'm sure we could figure it out, but
Well,
let's go let the man enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, 100%. Well, if you guys like this video, let us know. And if you guys want to see more about this car, let us know. Maybe there might be something else in the near future that we can get some driving involved and whatnot, and maybe get Cameron involved as well to give a little bit of the backstory of what he knows as a kid around this car. That would be probably pretty cool too as well. But yeah, if you guys need to get a hold of Josiah and you have any questions about this car or any of the other cars that we feature on his YouTube channel, please reach out to him. We'll put the description with all the information to get a hold of him at his shop. But as always, thanks for watching. Thanks, Josiah, for taking us around this car. And we'll see you guys on the next video.